Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. You guys, I am so excited to bring this video to you. This is the brand new Ryobi, however you pronounce it, 18 volt 1 plus dual action polisher that they just released. I signed up for an email so that the day they released it, I could buy it. I bought it that night. It was $200 and we're gonna see if that $200 was worth it. So let's do it. All right, you guys, so like I said, I was real excited to bring this video to you. This is not a sponsored video. I did pay $200 for this polisher, and I've wanted a battery-operated polisher for a long time. This one made sense to me because I have a ton of Ryobi tools and several of these 18 volt 1 plus batteries. So that kind of made sense to me. I didn't have to buy extra batteries if I bought another one because I have plenty that'll get me through a detail if this thing works as good as I think it's going to. I have used it on a John Deere hood just to test it out, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty good machine. But this hood right here, we're doing it on a test panel. We'll see what it actually can do on automotive paint, not John Deere paint. So this thing is supposed to come in as the lightest polisher in its class at 3 pounds, and that is without a battery on it. With the battery on it, I'm not sure what it weighs because I actually don't have a scale to weigh it with. But obviously, depending on what size battery you go with, a 4 volt or 4 amp or a 2 amp, it's going to make the polisher heavier for sure. I'm not sure about this design here because I would think that you'd want the battery sideways so you don't have a chance of hitting the surface, but when I used it on the John Deere, I didn't seem to have an issue with it. What comes in the box is you're going to get the owner's manual, which is pretty vague. It tells you a few things. One thing it does tell you, which I finally found because the box does not say, is what kind of throw it has. It has a 1/2 inch orbit on it. I converted that to millimeters, and that's supposed to be a 12 millimeter throw. Now, being that I've already used it for a quick second on that hood, just see what it would do, it doesn't seem like to me it'd be a 12 millimeter. It seems more like maybe an 8 or a 9 millimeter. Also inside the box, you're gonna get a D-ring handle if you wanna put a handle on it. I am not the type that wants to hold on to the handle, so I'm not going to install that at all. You're gonna get 3 pads. You're gonna get a finishing pad, a correcting pad, and a cutting pad. So the black is gonna be your finishing. The yellow is going to be your correcting. And then the maroon is going to be your cutting. And they do say Ryobi on the back of them, which is actually pretty nice. And these seem to me like these are pretty good pads. I have not used these yet. They're a low profile pad, which is what I really like when correcting. It seems like it's got a really nice hook and loop on the back of it. So, you know, we're gonna see what that can do. Now, this $200 price range is just for the polisher and what you just saw. No battery and no charger. So if you're looking into buying this polisher and you don't have any other Ryobi tools, you're gonna have to buy a battery and a polisher, or a battery and a charger. Now you have a couple different ways of doing that. You can buy individual batteries or you can buy them as pairs. This is a 2 amp here, this is a 4 amp hour, definitely twice as heavy as this one. This one right here, I bought a 2-pack of these for $80, these 4 amp hour batteries right here, which is a really, really good price. These last a long time. They have fuel meters on the front of them, which is what I really like, so you can see how the state of charge of your battery. Both of these are fully charged right now. And then you have to buy the charger. You can buy these as a kit. This is one of my chargers. This is my 30-minute charger. I also have a black one. It doesn't say how long it takes, but it doesn't take much longer than 45 minutes or so to charge. But you can buy a charger and a battery for about $80. You may want 2 batteries. I don't know. In the future, when I get to do this on a full detail, we'll see if it'll make it around the car in 1 battery. I doubt it will on a paint correction. If you're waxing, yes, most likely. The manual says do not press down on the machine when doing the paint correcting, but you have to. You have to put weight down. If you just let it sit there and ride on the paint without any weight down on the back of it, it's not going to do much correcting at all, you guys. And one thing I found in the manual that I thought was very interesting, though, is if you do wear the backing plate out, it is replaceable, which is great. They give you a wrench inside here, and then you just have to order the new one, and you can replace that backing plate because backing plates do not last forever on polishers. I do like this ergonomic design of it, the way that it's got this little, the handle on it, how the handle goes up. One thing I'm going to show you guys really quick that is kind of weird is the actual trigger itself. You have to kind of push down and up to turn it on, and then push down to lock it. And that locks it in place. And then when you want to take it off of there, you just push down on it and it's gonna pull it off. This thing goes from 3,000 up to 7,500 RPMs. Starts at 3,000, no tactile feel, no clicking when you do this. And it just goes, the last one does click for some reason. The 7,500 clicks, I don't get that. But other than that though, you guys, this thing, it seems like it's gonna be a pretty good machine. we're gonna try it out. I have a project vehicle right now. I'm not gonna tell you guys about it, but that's what this hood is off of. This is going to be going on a car that I will be making videos on in the future. I'm already making some videos on it right now. But it's a Jeep hood, it's silver, but you guys are gonna see how bad the paint is. There are swirls all the way across this whole paint. I washed it, and when I clayed it, I had to clay each section 3 times to get all of the contaminants off of this paint, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I did not do an iron remover because I didn't have a way to do it here in the garage right now with no water. When I get the car done and I do a full wash, then I'll focus on doing an iron remover and stuff like that. But right now, let's just see what this polisher can do on this hood. All right, you guys, so what I've done here is I have set up a 50-50. I want to show you guys how bad this paint is. I mean, it is, I'm hoping the camera's doing it justice. It is really bad. As you can see, both sides, neither sides have been corrected. When I do a full paint correction on this car in the future, I may be able to label it a disaster detail. Okay, so one thing I am liking about this polisher is I can just stand it straight up like that. I'll show you guys. You can just stand it straight up. And these Ryobi batteries have rubber on the bottom of them, so it's not gonna slide around. I do like that a lot because really, you don't wanna lay a polisher down on its pad. And there's nothing on the back other than right here. As you can see, to protect it, I guess you can do it like that, but then your handle's touching. I'd rather have some type of rubber like this pad right here. I like to have like right here, but you know, that's not a big deal, but I like that I can stand it straight up if I want to. We're gonna start out with Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Precision Platelet One and Done Compound. We're gonna use the yellow pad that came with the machine, not the black, because the black's definitely not gonna cut very well. If the yellow pad doesn't seem to take care of what we're going after, then we'll boost it up to the maroon pad. And then if we have to, just to see what this machine will do, I can get out my fast correcting cream and a Boss pad or a Eurofiber pad, because this is what I am used to using for the most part when it comes to paint correcting. I've been using this for years now, so that will really tell me what this machine's doing. But let's see what the Hybrid Solutions One and Done will do with this yellow pad that came with the machine. One thing you're gonna notice when I start this is how smooth this machine is. You can actually hold the battery. I'll show you, because that's what I did it on the lawnmower earlier. You can actually hold the battery, and it is very smooth. I'll show you here in just a second. We're gonna start out on 3,000 RPMs. We're gonna take it up to, we'll go to 5,800. That's what it calls for when correcting. Okay, so let's hear it. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna get the polish all spread out. Just gonna do a small section. Okay, let's take it up to 5,800. Watch this, one-handed. See that? I mean, that's really good. Let me bring you guys back down. Putting pressure down, not stalling. I don't even know if you guys can hear me talking over this machine, but it is very smooth. You notice my hand's not bouncing around. I can just hold the battery back here and just support it. That's one pass. We'll do 2 total passes. Okay, so that's 2 total passes. Now do not try this on your car. Let's see if I can stall it. Yes, I can stall it, but let's just turn it up. You can stall it if you want to, but I had good amount of pressure. It's about the normal amount of pressure I normally put on a polisher. So that actually seems to be pretty good. Now let's see if it actually did anything with their pad. I'm not really thinking their pads are gonna be the greatest, to be honest with you guys, but this One and Done wipes off. Wow, holy smokes. Okay. Okay, that did way, way better than I thought it was going to with that pad. I thought I was gonna have to get that maroon pad, which I probably still will. There's still quite a few, but holy cow, I mean, that didn't take much effort at all. Let me just tear this tape up a little bit just to show you guys. So, let me get where I can give you guys a good view. Let's focus here. Okay, so let's just go, and you'll see right where the tape, right there. Like I said, there's still some stragglers, but that did a fantastic job. I think on a black hood or a dark blue, it'd look even crazier, this 50-50, but that is a really good 50-50 right there. All right, so let me show you here. As you can see, tons of swirls. We're gonna bump it up to their maroon pad. Let's just see, we're gonna still use the One and Done by Turtle Wax, which I haven't got to use it very much because the detailing season pretty much ended when I got it. My very last detail I used it on. But the One and Done is pad dependent. So if you boost your pad aggressiveness like this, going this maroon pad, it should remove the defects even better. Now we're gonna take it up to 6,800 once we spread it out. And right now we're just doing test spots. We're seeing what this can do. Obviously a machine and pad and liquid combination will vary on what kind of paint you have, whether you have hard clear coat or soft clear coat. There's so much that varies when it comes to paint correction, not just the machine or just the pad or just the polish. Okay, 6,800. That is moving really well. So smooth. Look at my hand. My hand's not jumping around. Body line does not stall it. As you guys can see, the pad is still moving. It does slow it down a little bit, which is expected. I'm gonna go one more time this way because I kind of went a little faster than I did on the other side. Just because I don't know how aggressive this pad actually is. Once again, one-handed, look at this. Ain't doing much, but it's so smooth. Extremely smooth. And I do like how fast it stops. One thing I'll show you guys is this is a free spinning backing plate. It's not going to stop on its own until it slows way down. I like that. But I like how fast it stops on the paint too. Okay. Oh wow, that did a good job too. I got so much work cut out for me on this car. Oh boy. Okay, so started out like that, went down to like that. There's still some stragglers, which is normal, you guys. I always go for 90 to 95% paint correction. I do not go for show quality or perfect. Now I will try to go after those, but compared to up here, that is really good. Okay, so last section we're gonna use a microfiber pad and we're gonna use my Boss Fast Correcting Cream, which is what I'm used to. As you can see, it's still swirled up, and then this is where I was a minute ago. But we're gonna do all this right here. Now I do wanna show you, I was just watching my video back, and while I was watching my video back, I forgot to mention, if you guys noticed in the video, when this pad's on here, there is no chance of touching the battery unless you pull this thing down. So with the battery being sideways, really is not a big deal, or being straight up and down. All the other polish you see in the market goes sideways. It's not a big deal unless you do this. That's the only time you're gonna hit the battery on it. The other thing I want to show you is this fuel gauge. They say you can do an entire car on one battery. Well, that's full of crap. It's got 3 batteries left, and just a second ago I had 2. And I'm sure it's gonna be less than that here in just a minute. Hopefully I remember to show you guys. Let's go ahead and put my Boss microfiber cutting pad on here, hoping the video does not go blurry. And I noticed that you guys can hear me over the machine with this new microphone setup I have. So I want to thank Pan the organizer for talking me into buying it, because I think it's going to change my videos completely. Okay, we're going to start out 3,000 RPMs. Spread it out. I'm not going to be worried about this side of this part of the hood right here. Hoping you guys aren't getting blurry. Okay, and take it up to 60. Let's see what 75. Okay, 75 doesn't change the tones. There is no 7,500. 6,800, where you're going to be at. It's so smooth. I'm telling you, this is really smooth. Most machines are vibrating the crap out of your hands right now. Most machines, not all. You're seeing dusting from this pad. It's been a while since I've used it. Up, there we go. Down to one thing left, and I haven't even done a quarter of this hood. So there, do an entire car on one charge is baloney. Let me get another battery. That's kind of disappointing. That's actually very disappointing. Luckily, I have plenty of batteries on hand. I have tons of these things. We'll go with this 4 amp hour. As you can see, it's fully charged. So that's disappointing. Now that, whoa, don't put the battery back in before you turn it on. Turn it off before you put the battery back in. That's kind of disappointing though, because now the machine's gonna be heavier with this battery on here for sure. And they say do an entire car. There's no way. I don't even think you could wax an entire car with one battery. So please keep that in mind if you decide you're gonna buy this machine. Let's get back to it. Okay, I gotta get back in the pace here. Obviously, when you push down, you're gonna be wearing more on that battery because the machine's working harder. But you have to push down. There's no way to do a paint correction without pushing down. Okay, let's see if that wore on this battery. It's still 4. Dang it, that's kind of disappointing, I'll be honest with you guys. Oh well. We'll see how well this works with this on it. Seems like to me those pads that come with the machine are actually pretty decent. Make sure I get all this off of here. Man, this stuff wipes off so easy. This video is not about that product, but okay, so there's definitely a pretty good difference here. Let me grab my light. I don't know why I don't have this yet, but we've been using the lights on the ceiling anyways, but let's use the light on the ceiling to show this. Okay, so as you can see, this is where we use the maroon pad. This is where we use the microfiber pad. Definitely way better. Especially, okay, so my paint light's not going to show you crap. Okay, so this is what the paint looked like before. As you can see. And then now, it looks so much better. All right, so what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish this entire hood. I already took the tape off of it. I'm going to finish this whole hood, and that way I can give you guys a before and after. I took a video of before, and then we'll take a video of it after. All right, you guys, so let's get down to the nitty gritty on this machine. Let me show you the before and after videos. As you see in this before video right here, there's tons of swirls in the paint. There's actually water spots all over the paint. Oxidation. This machine did a really good job. It did what it was supposed to do. And its job is to spin fast enough to make your correction product and pad remove the defects. And it did what it was supposed to do. This hood looks absolutely amazing now, as you're seeing in the after video. It's a different color silver. It turned out great. It's actually better than what I thought it was going to be honest with you, because I did a bunch of different test spots with different pads, different product, and it did a really, really good job. As you can see, this hood has gloss to it now. It didn't have gloss to it before, and it's a different color silver than the car itself right there. Now, what I was saying about the 93% paint correction, that's where I want to be. You're going to see stragglers, because if you remove too much clear coat, you're removing the UV protectant that's protecting your paint. The UV protectant's at the top, so you don't want to remove too much. This is a daily driver. I'm not going for perfection. I'm just going for better. Man, did we get better. Now let's start with the pads that come with this kit. I have no issues with these pads at all. They have a nice hook and loop on the back. I don't know if you can buy these separate. If I can find them on their website, I'll put it down in the description of the video where you guys can find it, as well as the machine. No complaints out of these at all, and especially the black finishing. I did not use it, but it feels and looks just like my Grio's Garage Boss pad, other than it doesn't have the hole in the middle, but it feels about the same. As far as the machine goes, I have some good thoughts and bad thoughts on it. Let's start with the good. I love how it doesn't vibrate you to death, but that's with the 2 amp hour battery. The more I use the 4 amp hour battery, which is twice the size of this one, I was getting vibration back here on my right hand, back here where I keep my right hand. I was getting vibration. When I put this battery back on, that vibration went away. It does what it's supposed to do. It does spin fast enough to do defect removal, which is what you want. Very, very comfortable machine to hold. Whether you hold it here, whether you hold it here, it doesn't matter. It's very comfortable, and they did a really good job at the ergonomics of designing this machine. And like I said, it does a great job. I don't think it's a 12 millimeter throw like they say. I think it's more like probably an 8 or 9, but I have no way to gauge that. But I'm just watching as it's moving. It doesn't seem like it's a 12 millimeter throw to me, because I do have a 12 millimeter 3-inch polisher, and I can tell you, you can see it moving way more than what I can see this moving. The switch takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's no big deal. 7,500 isn't a speed. 6,800 is where it stops. If you go to 7,500 and it clicks, it doesn't change the RPMs. You cannot hear it. So I don't know why they even put that on there, unless this machine's bad, which I doubt it, because I've had some other machines that don't go into speed 6, that have speed 6. So I'm not sure why they do that. But as far as the machine goes, I really like it. Now the downside, I went through 2 2-amp batteries and 1 4-amp amp-hour battery on a hood. Now, Ryobi states that you can do an entire car on 1 battery charge. That is total BS, basically. There's no way, and I hate when companies do that. I don't know who's testing their products, but that is a flat out lie. There's no way. I don't care if you put a wax pad and some wax on it, you're not gonna get around a car with 1 battery charge. There's no way. If you put any pressure down at all, it's going to wear even more on the battery. And if you wanna do any type of paint correction, you have to put pressure down. And this is gonna be a long ending, you guys. I just wanna make sure I get everything off my mind on this. The vibration with the 4 amp hour battery, I don't know if they tested with their 4 amp hour battery on there, but from my testing, it vibrates the crap out of your hand in the back. Once you put the 2 amp hour battery on there, it is so much better as far as the vibration is concerned. It is just smooth as butter with the 2 amp on there. I showed you guys, you can do it one-handed. So that's the downside, because the 4 amp hour battery, it did let me use it much longer period of time. It did make the machine a little bit heavy on the back side though, and maybe that's why I'm getting the vibration, because right here, this is a very well balanced machine with this pad on here, or this battery, and the head on here. That's great. One thing I did forget to mention, it didn't really get warm or hot. It's warm up here where the motor's at. Down here, nothing at all. A little warm, but not bad at all. So as far as what I recommend this, if you already have Ryobi batteries and you have Ryobi tools and you like Ryobi tools, and you're a person that polishes their car or waxes their car once or twice a year at home, a DIYer, absolutely. I would have no problems recommending that. If you're a professional, move on, go to a flex machine, something like that. Spend the extra money to get a much nicer machine. You will hate this if you try to use this polisher every single day for a living. And I don't think they designed it for that anyways, you guys. They designed it more for people like us, the DIYers. But if you know going into it, you're gonna need more than 1 battery. You're gonna need at least 3. And then the charger, so that way you can charge one while you're using one, and when that one dies, you can get another one so you can get around the car. Going into it, if you know that, then you're good. And that's the purpose of my video, to let you guys know what I find good and what I find bad about these machines. As far as what it did a fantastic job, you guys. I cannot say anything better about that. Their design of this and the motor and everything is great. No problem there at all. It did a fantastic job. This machine's job is to not correct the paint. This machine's job is to spin the pad and the polish that's correcting the paint, and it did exactly what it's supposed to do. So as far as me, you guys, I'm gonna keep this machine. I'm not gonna send it back. There for a minute, I was thinking I was gonna send it back, but the more I used it, I was like, you know what? This machine is capable of doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to keep it. I'm not gonna use it on a full detail. I think it would wear me out if I did that. But maybe on trunks, roofs. That way you don't have to worry about dragging your cable around across the roof, because some roofs are hard to reach across. Even some hoods. But this is not a machine that I plan on using on a full detail, but I am going to keep it and put it as part of my arsenal that I already have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review video of this brand new Ryobi dual action polisher from Home Depot. And if you did and this video was helpful, please smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, join the Fab family. We'd love to have you, and we'll see you in the next video.